rising up. You don't really know it, son. Me, I got something that I need to prove. I cannot lose, nah. Everything I do that really is news. You look confused, why? You are what you choosing to do. Me, I've been making the moves, paying my dues, getting this done with the fam. Y'all know that I am the dude. Bend that low, hit that high, got that hustle, got that drive. One more time, best alive. I want it all, everything mine. I got something to prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose. Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'm gonna be right here, but y'all know that. Wanna feed my fist, try to hold me back. Y'all do that, try to hold me down. Karma is real and it's coming around. Now look at us. We rising up. You don't really know it, son. Me, I got something that I need to prove. I cannot lose, nah. Everything I do that really is news. You look confused, why? You are what you choosing to do. Me, I've been making the moves, paying my dues, getting this done with the fam. Y'all know that I am the dude. Bend that low, hit that high, got that hustle, got that drive. One more time, best alive. I want it all, everything mine. I got something to prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Michigan International Speedway for race number 1 of the night here in the Rebel Valley Sim Club. My name is Ryan Wayne and I will be your commentator here for tonight's events. And the first time in a month, Rebel Valley is back in action under this series, and we should have a thrilling race tonight, starting out with Michigan with the Truck Series and for 30 laps, and then we'll move on to 50 laps at the Iowa Speedway with the ARCA Series cars. We have a 5-minute qualifying session, so we'll go ahead, and it looks like I accidentally set this to open qualifying. Okay, so we're going to have open qualifying here for the first time. Again, this is my mistake for setting up the session. And we've got all these trucks on the racetrack right here. And it's going to be Chase Ingram in the 01. First driver you see on your screen, and I believe that is Brian Post right behind him in the number 64. Trying to get his first career win here in Rebel Valley. We've also got Josh Kennedy is in here as well, the number 27. Got a couple guys we haven't seen in a while that are back. We have Gavin Austin in the number 2, Wendy's Chevrolet. It's a very nice paint scheme there for the driver for the number 2. Also got Aaron May in the 10, Daniel Mosteller, second all-time in wins here in the series with 78 career victories at Rebel Valley. First time we've seen him in a while, and that number 87. Also have Jacob Delgado in here, Jason Hall. Also a couple of newcomers as well, like Shane Loveridge, Dan Witt is in here, Tim Setzer, Michael Warren. Should have an interesting race on the docket here tonight at Michigan. Aaron May so far is the fastest on the leaderboard right now at a 38.911. Let's see if he can hold on to it here. Again, this is my mistake for setting up this open qualifying session that will be adjusted for the next race at Iowa. Also want to give a shout out as well to Jonathan Green, the number 517, who is back in here again. He's a Michigan native and longtime member here in Rebel Valley. It'd be awesome to get his first illustrious win at his home track. So he can get it done tonight in that number 517. Gavin Austin now to the top of the speed charts here as we're closing in about halfway through this qualifying session at a 30. As soon as I say that, Aaron May now to the top at a 38.85. May, Austin, Kenyon, your top three in the podium at the moment. Got Jacob Delgado right there in fourth and number 52. Ten drivers here have posted a time so far, all the way back to Wyatt Blair in the number 29. Slowly starting to work our way through this qualifying session. We have 2 minutes remaining before we start our 30-lap feature race here at Michigan. TG Desmond said, will you guys be doing another race? Yes, we're going to be running at Iowa with the ARCA Menard Series cars, and that'll be 50 laps. First time we've been to Iowa in quite some time, and that'll be race number 2. So that'll conclude after this race here at Michigan. "13 drivers have posted a time here so far. So we can go through the field. Here's Michael Good, the number 7. I always see Michael Good in varying numbers in this series, and this time he's going to run the number 7 tonight. We got a couple more people slowly getting in here for our race here at Michigan before we start in about approximately 3 minutes. There's Dan Witt, the number 99, on the racetrack right here. The bright blue and with the highlighter yellow numbers, as he's trying to get around the number 072 of Shane Loveridge. So got Tanner Baczynski in here as well, and the number, now he's showing up as the sim as number 1, but number 11, the Corey Heim Safe Flight Toyota Tundra. Currently P11 on the speed charts. Closing in on the final 20 seconds. See, Dan Witt has jumped his way up into the 7th position here in qualifying. These cars are, or excuse me, these trucks are just on the racetrack right now, and looks like time has expired, and Aaron May is going to be on pole here for tonight's race at Michigan. We're starting to wrap up qualifying here, and we'll hop into this 30-lap race around Michigan International Speedway. Aaron May, actually in the chat right now, said Demos is going to win. Hey, you really never know. I mean, this is an interesting racetrack for sure. I know Demos is second all-time in wins here in Rebel Valley with 78, but hey, there's some good competitors in here that are going to give him a run for his money. And it should be an intriguing race tonight. See what happens. Got a lot of new faces as well, so welcome to all the new drivers here in Rebel Valley. And glad to have you here. All right, this session has finally concluded, and we're going to go over and take a look at our starting grid here for today's race. Head over here to the grid cam, hopefully. It's finally transitioned over into a little bit of sunshine conditions now. after a cloudy practice and qualifying session. There's the starting lineup showing up on your screen. Aaron May will be on the pole tonight, and alongside him is Gavin Austin. And then it's Josh Kenyon and Chase Ingram rounding out row number 2. In row 3, we have Jacob Delgado and Jonathan Green. Row number 4 is Tanner Baczynski and Shane Loveridge. Dan Witt and Brian Post round out our top 10. And Tim Setzer and Michael Moran will be 11th and 12th here on the grid, with Jason Hall and Wyatt Blair rounding out row number 7. Row 8, we have Daniel Mosteller and Marty Schmela. Keep an eye on that row for sure. And then Austin Mitchell and Mason Robertson back in row number 9. And the rest of the drivers here on the starting grid did not post a time during that open qualifying session, as you continue to see their names pop up here on the screen. So 29 drivers have registered here for this session, a great healthy amount here to start the night off here in Rebel Valley. And it's going to be Aaron May and Gavin Austin leading us down here to the green flag. So we'll give you a rundown here before we start this race, and the trucks will roll off the pit road any second now. So it's a 30-lap race tonight around the Michigan International Speedway. There are 0 fast repairs and 1 set of tires laying around in the pits. Fuel will not be a concern in this race, but if we do get a long green flag run, I definitely expect tire wear to play a major part in determining the race winner here for tonight's event. We have 2 admins at the helm tonight, with Aaron May in the 10 and then Marty Schmela in the 88 are our 2 admins. They are on track and going to oversee everything that's going on around here. So I want to appreciate them for all their help to make sure this runs smoothly tonight. As the field starts to roll off pit road right now, as we almost had a spin on pit road there with the 27, Josh Kenyon. See if these guys can get it together here and get it rolling before we take the green flag. Take a look at the race analysis here. Like I mentioned, 30 laps around this Michigan International Raceway or Speedway. And then let's take a look at the weather. 73 degrees, 69% humidity, and partly cloudy skies here for tonight's event. "29 trucks in the field tonight for our first race in Rebel Valley. And it should be a fun one here with the Truck Series vehicles. And we have 2 drivers on the front row here with Aaron May and Gavin Austin. And then you've got 2 series regulars right behind as well, with Josh Kenyon in the 27 and Chase Ingram in the 01. Hopefully they can solve this, whatever's going on here, but here we go. Aaron May and Gavin Austin will lead us down to the green flag. And here we go. Green flag. And we're underway here at Michigan. Nice even start from both rows. It looks like Kenyon's going to force it 3 wide early on the 27. Kenyon down to the bottom. Is he going to get clear? Yes, he will. It's going to be Josh Kenyon out front early on here at Michigan. The whole field is together here so far as Josh Kenyon's out front. The battle right behind for second, and contact. Aaron May's around. Right in front of Jonathan Green. It's going to collect Shane Loveridge as well. And the caution is out on lap number 1. Michael Moran involved as well in the number 20, and I believe that is the Jasper machine. That's Bakunda Ledesma in the 84. A little bit of an announcer's curse right there. I said they kept it together, and then next thing you know, they wrecked up front for second place. It's like minor damage here on the number 10 of Aaron May. Looks like I definitely see some rear end damage now on that Logitech Ford. And our first caution of the night already here on lap number 1. Saw an off-track warning for Josh Kenyon, and that's why I switched over to the camera. But let's take a look at what happened here on the replay. All right, there's Aaron May at the last timestamp. He was already around. Let's back this up just a little bit. Let's take a look at what happened. Looks like a little bit of a clip there from the two of Gavin Austin. You see, oh, Jonathan Green with some damage. There's Matthew Post. Michael Moran nowhere to go, along with Shane Luttridge. Another car there. I couldn't ID who that was. That also got collected right there about the start-finish line. But early caution here on lap number 1. Right near the start-finish line. Just take a look at the 10 on pit road here, repairing some damage. It should have a couple guys here coming in. Got Jonathan Green as well. He got collected in that with the 10 car of Aaron May sliding up the track. Heavy damage for Matthew Post, or Brian Post. I keep saying Matthew Post, but it's Brian Post. Michael Moran. Kyle Watlington was the one truck that we saw that nosed into the wall right by the start-finish line, and then also the 84 of Facundo Ledesma. Aaron May, one of the drivers in the chat, just said 7 minutes of repair. Well, at least it's not a terminal race ending damage for you, and we'll see if you can get back out there and get a respectable finish before the night is done. All right, so we're pacing around under caution here on lap number 2. Getting ready to be lap 3 next time by. Here, lap 3. So Josh Kenyon, after the 3-wide move on lap 1, is going to be the race leader as he continues to kind of fool around in the grass right there. He's the race leader. Gavin Austin second. You got Chase Ingram in third. Jacob Delgado in fourth. And then Tanner Baczynski in his debut here in Rebel Valley is going to round out our top 5. And Stan Witt in sixth. How about Tyler Krausick? Up 13 spots from the start of this race, has worked his way up into 7th. Then you have Tim Setzer in 8th. Austin Mitchell running in 9th, and then Daniel Mosteller will round out our top 10 here in this race. So you look at Wyatt Blair and Michael Good right behind, running 11 and 12. Josh Kenyon trying to get another win here in Rebel Valley. Recently got one, I want to say about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and a photo finish with the Gen 6 cars. He drove the number 1 Pennzoil Chevrolet to victory lane in a photo finish. To get another win here in Rebel Valley. Josh right now currently tied 8th all-time in the Rebel Valley wins list at 15, and if he does get a win tonight, he will cement himself in 8th place in the all-time leaderboards and wins for career win number 16. There's still a long way to go here in this race. Never know what can happen. Apologize for the Fox-style camera work right there. Just trying to get a better angle here for this restart. As we're going to have Josh Kenyon and Gavin Austin lead us down to the green flag. A pair of bow ties. And then 2 more bow ties right behind with Chase Ingram and Jacob Delgado. Here we go for the restart. Starter has the green flag in hand. And we are back underway here at Michigan. Big jump by the number 27 of Josh Kenyon. And that's going to be a battle for second now between Chase Ingram and Gavin Austin. Close call toward the middle of the pack back there as these guys continue to race on as we got Gavin Austin on the outside. Here comes Jacob Delgado in the 52. Took a peek at 3 wide and fell right back in line, right behind Austin, as he's going to throw a big block there on the 15 of Tyler Krausick. Now Ingram going to block all the way down to the apron in front of the 52, but it's Josh Kenyon out front with Gavin Austin right behind him. nothing but grill on the rear bumper of that number 27 of Josh Kenyon. We'll see if he can hold on to it for now, but that RGR number 2 is right there for the pounds. And don't look now, Austin Mitchell has had a heck of a drive early in this race. He's up 14 spots from the start of this race and has worked his way up to third. What a drive for the Zariz Transport Chevrolet. Single file all the way back to 9th place. We got a battle for the lead. Here comes Gavin Austin to the inside. Shoots it down the bottom, and he's going to get clear. New leader here from Michigan, it's Gavin Austin. One of the drivers from IDK Player primarily putting on a show here so far, leading here at Michigan, as next time by, it'll be 23 laps to go. Erie and Cruz run right behind here for third place. You see Austin out of the outside, trying to get around the number 27, Josh Kenyon. Now 3 wide behind as well. We got Dan Witt in the 99 that has joined this pack. The driver that's done a nice job working his way through the field, up 4 spots from the start of this race. He gets in the back of Kenyon. Mitchell's got to get clear for second place. As you take a look at that mistake from the 99, he lost a couple spots, now dropping back to 8th. Now Austin Mitchell up front. Running that middle line, you see the difference of varying grooves here between the 2 bow ties up front. Highest running Toyota at the moment is the number 11. That is Tanner Bazinski. You see, oh my God, Gavin Austin cutting it close right there. Just about wrecked himself, but he's going to hold on to the lead. And a huge speed discrepancy there with the 51 of Austin Mitchell as he's under attack now from Kenyon and now Chase Ingram in the 01. A lot of guys pushing hard early in this run. We'll see if this is going to make a difference if we stay green. But another driver to keep your eye on. Daniel Mosteller up 9 spots. Currently second all-time in the Rebel Valley's win list. Has worked his way up into 6th and now trying to crack the top 5 here as he goes 3 wide with Delgado and Kenyon. Is he going to make it work? It looks like he will. Oh, Gavin Austin throwing another block there on Austin Mitchell. Boy, Austin not happy at all. Here comes Daniel Mosteller to the outside. Are we going to be 6 wide? Can they hold on to it? Yes, they do. Oh, and there around they go. Boy, I thought they were going to hold on to it. That's Josh Kenyon and Krosick in the 15. And the caution is out once again here on lap number 9. Boy, I'm going to have to take a look at that again because that was absolutely incredible. I thought they were going to hold on to it. But Josh Kenyon and Tyler Krosick both are going to be the unfortunate victims in that incident, and we're under caution for our second time today. You take a look at the front end damage on the number 15 McDonald Chevrolet. That looks like pretty substantial damage there for him. He's going to bring it down to pit road. So Austin Mitchell currently scored as the race leader after all that. And yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at that replay one more time because that was absolutely unreal. I haven't seen anything like that in quite some time here on the sim. All right, let's go back and take a look at the replay. All right, there's the wreck right here. Let's just go back to this one more time, kind of just how this was all set up. Continue to back this up. It all started up front here with Gavin Austin and Austin Mitchell right here. Mitchell has a huge run, a major block there thrown by Gavin Austin. You see Austin Mitchell not happy with that move at all, and kind of rightfully so. Let's see if we can back out of this. That is unbelievable how they were just like that the whole time. There's Krosick in the 15. Looks like he comes down just a little bit right in front of Josh Kenyon. Boy, that truck almost went up and over. Hopefully iRacing will deploy the roof flap soon on these truck series vehicles, but see, he'll graze that inside wall here right toward the end. Right there, and that's how we got that damage. You see when that caution came out, there's Austin Mitchell just barely out in front of the number 2 of Gavin Austin. All right, we're pacing around under caution here for the second time tonight after the crazy battle up front. And then Tyler Kroslick and the number 27 of Josh Kenyon went around. We're at lap number 12, so we're closing in on halfway here this race at Michigan. We're pacing around under caution here. We'll read some of these comments and then give you a rundown of the running order so far. Michael Good just said, bring back Radioactive. That's definitely something I'd like to consider at some point. If we have a good race and, well, good enough action here tonight, I'll definitely for sure bring it back, because it definitely would bring some attraction here to the community. We got Josh Kenyon and Jonathan Green here on pit road as we continue to pace around under caution here. I'll give you a running orders rundown so far. So it's Austin Mitchell out front, Gavin Austin running in second, Jacob Delgado is third, Dan Witt runs in fourth, and then Daniel Mosteller rounds out our top 5. And then Tanner Baczynski will be running in sixth. You got Wyatt Blair running in seventh. Brandon Meese, have not talked about him tonight. He's up 15 spots from the start of this race, up into the 8th. Chase Ingram currently 9th. I think he'll have to drop back a spot here behind the number 5 of Christopher Hudson. He'll be 10th, Christopher Hudson 9th. Got Michael Good running 11th. There's Larry Eddy. First time we've called his name tonight. Running in the 12th spot. Bill Prisco 13th. Tim Setzer's 14th. Steve Thibodeau 15th. And then Facundo Ledesma, who got involved in that lap 1 wreck, is running 16th. Haven't talked about Jason Hall tonight, running 17th. Brian Post 18th. Michael Moran 19th. And you take a look at the number 517 there of Jonathan Green coming off pit road. He's running 20th. Josh Kenyon in the pits. Tyler Kroslick is done. Vince Mitchell, I do not see him on the track. And then Aaron May in the number 10 is getting his laps back. And that's one of the rules here in Revel Valley. You're allowed to give your laps back on the outside of the racetrack. Got another car coming down low to try to get his lap back. That is Jonathan Green, the 517. So once we restart this race, we're going to have 20 cars on, or 20 trucks on the lead lap. Well, we see another brawl up front between Gavin Austin and Austin Mitchell. Those two were having a heck of a battle earlier before the caution came out. But here we go. Starter has the green flag in hand. And we're back underway here at Michigan. Through the 2 turns so far, Austin Mitchell is out front. We'll see Gavin Austin's throwing some mean blocks right now, that number 2. You see Jacob Delgado's worked his way into second. Now he's going for the lead. How about Jacob Delgado? He almost slid up in front of the number 51 of Austin Mitchell, but they're still side by side going into turn number 4. Gavin Austin's going to have some help here from the number 87 of Daniel Mosteller. Here comes Austin, going to force it 3 wide. Gavin Austin, 3 wide here for the race lead. He's going to get clear. Running Jacob Delgado. Delgado trying to slide up, and heavy contact with Mitchell. And Jacob Delgado, this is going to be a big one. Dan Witt's involved. One car almost went up and over. Saw the 11 of Brandon Meese. The 22 also involved as well. And we're under caution for the 3rd time tonight. Austin Mitchell involved in that. Jason Hall, see some damage with him. Christopher Hudson, Larry Eddy. Tim Setzer with damage as well. Dan Witt, the 99, and I believe I saw Facundo Ledesma involved for his 2nd wreck tonight. And Austin Mitchell not happy with Jacob Delgado as we see more extensive damage on that number 52 machine. Things happen in such a blink of an eye. How all the wrecks so far have involved our front runners, and at this rate we're not going to have many trucks left. That's definitely race ending damage there for Jacob Delgado in the 52. All right, let's take a look at what happened. You see the contact's already made here on this last checkpoint. We're going to back this up just a little bit. Yeah, you see the 52 of Jacob Delgado sliding up the track. And you see they just clip bumpers right there. Nowhere for Dan Witt to go in the number 99 machine. He was just an unfortunate bystander along with Christopher Hudson in the 5. Here comes Larry Eddy, Tanner Baczynski, Austin Mitchell going up there. Watch this 11 truck right. Oh, wow. That is a hell of a shot right there. That was Brandon Meese in the number 11 that almost went up and over. See, Tim Setzer also gets collected in the number 43. You see him slide down the track. Austin Mitchell there as well. Crazy sequence of events right there with our front runners, and that'll bring out the caution. And I believe we go a little bit farther up as well. I think I saw some contact with Austin Mitchell as well in the 51, getting retaliation on Jacob Delgado. Let me go back and take a look at that as well. Oh yeah, that's definitely not allowed at all. There's a zero tolerance policy for intent wrecking, and yeah, I do not appreciate that. All right, while the dust settles here under this caution, we got a couple trucks that are on pit road here. We got Jonathan Green in the 517. He's been on and off pit road. There's Brian Post in the 64. Heavy damage for Jason Hall as well. Bill Prisco in the 22's on pit road. But yeah, that took out a lot of trucks out of contention of this race. Larry Eddy's coming back on the racetrack. Steve Thibodeau in the 63. I saw him crawling around on the backstretch in the 63 truck. He's coming off pit road now as well. SField's got the one to go signal this time by, and we're not going to have hardly anybody left here at the end of this thing. 26 drivers entered this race. We got 29 that registered for the session, but 26 entered in the race, and we're looking right now. I only see 8, maybe 9 cars left in this, or trucks left in this race, after all the chaos that has happened here so far. All right, so Gavin Austin is our race leader here with Daniel Mosteller in second, Wyatt Blair running in third, and you got Michael Good in fourth, and then Chase Ingram will round out our top 5. Steve Thibodeau is running in sixth. And after getting involved in that lap 1 wreck, Aaron May has worked his way up into 7th place. So looks like we're down to 8 trucks. Maybe 9 trucks? 10 trucks? I don't know. We'll wait for this to all sort out here. But here we go. Gavin Austin and Daniel Mosteller will lead us down here to the green flag. And we are back underway here at Michigan. How about Wyatt Blair in the number 29, up 12 spots from the start of this race. He's up into 2nd place. Only 5 drivers have not come down pit road here for any type of service, and they are the top 5 currently in the running order. So Josh Kennedy there in a 27. He's currently a lap down truck. They're going to be possibly 4 wide. Look at Daniel Mosteller. 4 wide for the lead with 10 laps to go. Excuse me, 11 laps to go. I messed that up right there. But 4 wide for the race lead. Daniel Mosteller to the point. And now Josh Kenyon trying to get his laps back. Keep in mind, he is not in contention for this. Unless he gets a caution. He's currently back in 17th place. But Daniel Mosteller, this is just what he wants to see. He's up by nearly 0.3 of a second. Side by side here for second place is Daniel Mosteller up by almost 0.4 of a second. Back to Wyatt Blair and the number 29. Contact with Gavin Austin and Michael Good. And Michael Good's not going to be happy about that contact as Chase Ingram almost slid up the track and into the 7 truck. I think Wyatt Blair's best chance is to push this number 27 of Josh Kenyon. Way they can work in the draft as they're about to crush the lap truck here. That is Tim Setzer, the number 43. He's going to stay all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Very classy move there from the number 43 Chevrolet. 9 laps to go here for Daniel Mosteller. Wyatt Blair has distances held back to about 0.2 of a second. Back to Gavin Austin. Michael Good in 4th. Chase Ingram in 5th. And you've got Steve Thibodeau right there in 6th place as well. Aaron May in 7th, and then Larry Eddy is our final truck on the lead lap. He's back in 8th. Now Josh Kenyon is 4 laps down right now. And we'll see if he can get his way back up toward the front. He was going to have a couple cautions here to get back on a lead lap as he's onto the inside of the number 87, Daniel Mosteller. He's going to get clear of Mosteller. Down to 5 trucks here at the end for the final 8 laps around Michigan. There's Wyatt Blair in 2nd place, having a heck of a run, trying to get a win here tonight at Michigan. And right behind you see Gavin Austin and Michael Good trying to work together in the track. Gap right now, 0.2 of a second between Mosteller and Blair. Take a look at this battle for 3rd place. Closest battle on the racetrack. We've got Michael Good in the 7, Gavin Austin in the 2. See Mosteller on the outside here of the number 27, Josh Kenyon. Take a look at Wyatt Blair having a career run tonight. Trying to get a win. It's been a long time since Wyatt Blair has won a race here in Rebel Valley. See, he's under attack now from Gavin Austin. Gap stabilizing at about 0.2 of a second. Mosteller continues to lead. Well, this is going to be a shove here from Gavin Austin to 2. They're side by side here for 2nd place. And if these guys stay side by side, Daniel Mosteller will start the gap away. See who Michael Good's going to go with. He's going to push the 2 of Gavin Austin. Austin shooting it down to the bottom. And Josh Kenyon just had a little bit of a slip up in front of Daniel Mosteller. We'll see if this opens the door for the 2 of Gavin Austin as he's worked his way into 2nd. 10 miles will remain here at Michigan. Next time by, it'll be 4 laps to go. Wyatt Blair has dropped to 4th as we've got Steve Thibodeau has worked his way into the top 5. He's gotten around the 01 of Chase Ingram. Michael Good and Wyatt Blair continue to battle for 3rd, but Gavin Austin is right on the back bumper of Daniel Mosteller. Taking the leaderboard lap times last time by. Daniel Mosteller still the fastest truck on the racetrack. Can he hold on, though, for 3 more laps? Gavin Austin there in second. Michael Good third. These guys are starting to pull away from Wyatt Blair. Steve Thibodeau right there in fifth. Chase Ingram sixth. Next time around will be 2 laps to go for Daniel Mosteller. Does Gavin Austin have enough time to catch up? Oh, he's sideways. And around he goes. Gavin Austin has crashed right in front of the 63 of Thibodeau. And there's the caution. Unfortunate break for Steve Thibodeau, making his debut here in Rebel Valley. And Gavin Austin has crashed in turn number 4, and that's going to it's going to be overtime here in this one. All right, let's take a look at what happened with the number 2 Gavin Austin. All right, let's watch this one more time. A little bit of help from Josh Kane. We see he's already going around. 63 of Steve Thibodeau just drives right into the 2. Gavin Austin. All right. So it looks like the white flag is out. Did I forget to... Okay. I think I forgot to set the green-white checkered. Wow. Another mistake on my bad. So I do apologize about that. So we are going to do a green-white checkered. We'll do a green-white checkered here. Ignore the results on the screen. This is supposed to be green-white checkered, just like Rebel Valley rules. I do apologize once again. So we will go back to green. For just one attempt at a green-white checker. So we'll just have 2 laps, and that'll decide the winner here for this race. So please ignore what iRacing is saying. We're going to go ahead and go back to green. Wow, we just had contact there with Josh Kenyon and Wyatt Blair, but we're going to go back to green here. It's just going to be 2 laps for a green-white checkered finish. So please ignore what you see on the screen here with the race being over with. Yeah, Gavin Austin needs to move that number 2 truck out of the way here for this restart. And he should be at the back of the pack, but... Alright, so we're just going to have an unofficial attempt. This is just going to be 2 laps. So it's going to be Daniel Mosteller leading this race, Michael Good second, Wyatt Blair third, Chase Ingram will be 4th. Here we go for the restart. All right, 2 laps to decide this all. Daniel Mosteller will lead us down, and we're back underway. Wyatt Blair up to second. There's Michael Good in third. Chase Ingram fourth. Aaron May right there in fifth. And then it's Josh Kenyon, who still has gotten his laps back. But it's going to be Daniel Mosteller out front. Wyatt Blair holding on to second. And next time by, this will be officially be the last lap of the race. So Daniel Mosteller with a big gap out front. As you take a look with Michael Good, Wyatt Blair, and Chase Ingram as they fight for second place. Right behind, we almost had a crash there for third between Wyatt Blair, Chase Ingram, and Aaron May. As those three trucks fight side by side, Michael Good is in second. Gavin Austin is going backwards on the track. I don't appreciate that. And the number 87 of Daniel Mosteller is going to come to the line. He's the second all-time winner, or leader in wins here in Rebel Valley, and he's going to get it done here once again. Career win number 79 for Daniel Mosteller. He's going to win here at Michigan. Daniel Mosteller, career win number 79, and he gets it done here at the Michigan International Speedway. Michael Good with a hard-fought second-place finish after starting back in 19th. Wyatt Blair comes home third. Chase Ingram, I believe, came home fourth. And then Aaron May will round out our top five. So wow, Gavin Austin just shot right in front of the 87 of Daniel Mosteller. All right, congratulations to Daniel Mosteller on another win here in Rebel Valley as he continues to cement himself as one of the all-time win leaders in Rebel Valley. That's now career win number 79 for him. And Daniel, if you are in the Discord, go ahead and head over to the interviews channel so I can get an interview with you about your race. So, okay, Chase Ingram just clarified with me that he got third. So, thank you for clarifying that there, Chase. So, Daniel Mosteller, if you are here, go ahead and head over to the interviews channel so I can get an interview with you. If not, we'll go ahead and head over to our race number 2, which will be at Iowa with the ARCA cars. I'll give it a few more seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and start up the next race, and it's going to be race number 2. It's going to be ARCA at Iowa. It's going to be a 50-lap race. This is also 0 fast repairs and 1 set of tires. Give me about 10 to 15 minutes to get this session set up, and I'll make sure I get a green, white, checkered, and single car qualifying as well, because that was a mistake on my part. I do apologize about that. So go ahead and give me about 10 to 15 minutes, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back here to race number 2, and we're going to run Iowa with the ARCA cars. This is a little bit different compared to our usual here in the series. After the last race was very chaotic race, to say the least, Daniel Mosseller came away with career win number 79 here in Rebel Valley. Take a look here at some of the drivers on track. We got Gavin Austin here in the number 2, currently the fastest car on the track at 23.697. This is only a 10-minute practice session and a 5-minute qualifying session. Made sure this was set to a lone qualifier as well, along with one green-white checker just in case we get that far. Do apologize for the racers from the last race for screwing up the session earlier. I take full responsibility for that. We'll just go ahead and move on here to race number 2 here tonight. Got Chase Ingram as well in the 01, Matthew Post, or Brian Post in the 64. Desmond Burnell, I saw him in the chat earlier. I said he was going to run race number 2. Here he is in the number 43, the Yahoo Toyota Camry. All right, well, we go ahead and have these guys practice here for about 5 more minutes before we head into qualifying. We'll head over to a quick word from our partner with R2R SimStock. The Speed Demon Racing Network and the R2R SimStock Motorsports Club have established a partnership. This will allow for both clubs to share races with the sim racing community. Make sure to check out the R2R SimStock YouTube channel for live stream races. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the Speed Demon Racing Network channel for additional support. The Discord channels for both groups are listed in the links below. Now, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. And the R2R SimStock Motorsport Club is also holding a winter series at the moment. It's currently ongoing with the 5th and 6th races of the season. So take a look here on the screen of currently what's going on with the R2R winter series. Every driver so far have advanced here into the playoffs. This will continue on here throughout the winter, throughout the winter break. Sorry for that. But take a look at the standings here on the left-hand side of your screen. The next races are December 5th, which is Friday, and we have a doubleheader with trucks at Talladega and ARCA at Homestead. Now, this is primarily an ARCA-based series. However, with how the ARCA cars run on the super speedways, it was decided for trucks to run at Talladega instead. So take a look there on the right-hand side of your screen. Those are the next races for the R2R Winter Series. And now we'll head back here to live action so far. We've got Gavin Austin still leading the practice charts right now. And then Chase Crawl, welcome back Chase Crawl, the number 88, currently P2 at the moment. Got Chase Ingram 3rd, Aaron May 4th, and then Desmond Burnell will round out our top 5. Welcome back Jonathan Green as well in the number 517. Currently 6th place in this practice time. Josh Kenyon, David Hamrick in the 32, one of the competitors in the R2R Winter Series, along with Chase Ingram in the 01. David right now tied for the 12th and final playoff spot to get in. We'll see if he can continue that momentum. And also Chase Ingram in the 01 has advanced his way into the playoffs for the R2R Winter Series, currently right now sitting 3rd in points after his win in Daytona. Hamrick has worked his way up into the 4th spot. Have a little short track race in here in Iowa for our final race tonight. Should be a dandy, but we'll see. Take a look at a big contact there in turn number 1 here right before we start this race. There's heavy damage there with Jonathan Green in 517. There's Wyatt Blair as well, the number 29. We also have Riley Caudell and Robert Walton that are also trying to load into this session here before we start here at Iowa. right now, Aaron May is our admin here for tonight's race. I don't see Marty Schmalin here or Nathan McLaughlin. There are other admins for tonight. Well, let me rephrase. They're usually the other admins that run in here, but I do not see Marty or Nathan. So Aaron May will be at the helm tonight with the admin controls. Hopefully we see less of that here in the main event, but let's get all this silliness out of the way here in practice, and hopefully we have a good show here for our final race of the night. So Gavin Austin with the fastest time right now to 23.618. Take a look at here the best time so far on the left-hand side of the screen. It's Gavin Austin, Chase Crawl in second. And then the other Chase Ingram in third, David Hamrick fourth, and Aaron May will round out our top five, as we have 10 seconds left in this practice session. Heavy contact right there with the 2 as well. Boy. It's like a destruction zone right now in turn number 2. All right, that'll be the end of practice. And we're going to move into qualifying. Again, this is only a 5-minute qualifying session before we move on to a 50-lap race at Iowa. Great shot of that start-finish line as he moved right over to a crane right there. Here's Gavin Austin, the fastest man in practice so far. Flow Sports Chevrolet. See what he can do. Who else we got on the track? We got Chase Ingram in the 01. We got Brian Post in the 64, David Hamrick in the 32, Green, Desmond Burnell, Riley Caudell in the number 71, Sim number 12, and then Robert Walton. Let's watch Gavin Austin here in the number 2. See if that lap is going to count for him after a clip in the wall there. It was 23.590, as now Chase Crawls to the top of the charts at 23.45 for the driver, the number 88. Chase Ingram second, David Hamrick third. Take a look at the 88 of Chase Crawl. We'll see what he can do here on lap number 2. He had 23.451 his first lap. 23.55, just a little bit slower, but still top of the charts. David Hamrick has now worked his way up to second. So have Riley Caudell has put up a lap. Robert Walton, like he's only done 1 lap. Here's Wyatt Blair in the number 29. 23.740 for the driver of the number 29 machine. He's going to be currently in P6. Gabriel Goli in the number 55. On track as well. He's currently P9 at the moment. 23.89 has been his fastest time here so far. Let's see if he can pick it up here on lap number 2. .05 for the driver of the 55. 4 drivers have not posted a time here so far. Aaron May is one of them, and he's worked his way up to 4th at a 23.552. Halfway through this qualifying session, we'll see what the number 10 does on his second lap. At 23.63, so just a tad slower compared to his lap number 1, but that's going to put Aaron May on the outside of row 2 here in qualifying. Josh Kane sitting at the end of pit road. We also have Brandon Meese, who ran in that last race. Or the number 18 this time. It's that old Kyle Busch scheme from his days at Joe Gibbs Racing. Meese currently in 8th. Here's Christopher Hudson, another driver that ran in that last race. Run a Jeff Gordon scheme from back in the early 2010s. during that Gen 6 era. 24.01 on his first lap. And I think that's going to be a little bit slower here on lap 2. 24.06 for the driver of the number 24. So that leaves Josh Kenyon as the final driver that has not posted a time here so far. And Mateo Mitchell has also just joined, so that make that 2 drivers have not posted a time here. As Kenyon continues to sit idle here on the entrance of pit road. See if Mateo Mitchell will have enough time to post down a lap before we go green here for our final race of the night. The Desmond Burnell, currently 10th on the speed charts at 23.878. Went down some extra laps. And good run for Jonathan Green as well. He is currently 6th on the speed charts, the number 517. We got 20 seconds left here until the end of qualifying. It looks like it's going to be Chase Crawl, the driver of the number 88, that's going to be on the pole here for tonight's race at Iowa. Take a look at Jonathan Green just continuing to log laps around this racetrack. Should be an interesting situation tonight here at Iowa. Definitely see the track conditions change as we move into race time. All right, that should be the end of qualifying, and we're going to go ahead and move on straight to the race, where we've got 16 drivers on the grid, hoping to make something happen here in our final race at Iowa. As the field starts to grid up this time, let's take a look at our starting lineup. It's Chase Crawl and David Hamrick rounding out our front row here. In row 2, it's Chase Ingram and Aaron May. Row 3, it's Gavin Austin and Jonathan Green. Row number 4, it's Wyatt Blair and Brandon Meese. In row number 5, we have Robert Walton and Desmond Burnell. Gabriel Goley and Brian Post will be rounding out row 6. Row 7, it's Christopher Hudson and Riley Caudell. And then rounding out our 16-car field, it'll be Mateo Mitchell and Josh Kenyon. As the cars sit here on pit road, we'll give you a race rundown here for tonight's race. So it's 50 laps here at the Iowa Speedway. 0 faster pairs and only 1 set of tires in the pits. And we take a look at the weather. The sun is starting to shine on this 0.7 of a mile racetrack here in the cornfields of Iowa. Clear conditions, 82 degrees for these drivers to navigate around this short track. As the pace car will roll off pit road this time by. Take a Chase Crawl in the 88. A driver we haven't seen in a few months, actually. I believe his last race in Rebel Valley was with the ARCA cars at Kansas. And that thrilling 3-wide finish ended up with Cameron Face stealing it at the end. Glad to see him back, and he's on pole here for this race. And then a driver that normally qualifies well, David Hamrick in the 32. He's been a guy that's won most of his races here in Rebel Valley on super speedways. And he's trying to make a name for himself here tonight as he starts on the outside of row 2. And then you've got a pair of Rebel Valley veterans behind with Chase Ingram, the number 01, and McDonald Chevrolet. He's got 11 wins here in the series. His last win came 1 month ago. A wild race with the Indy cars at Indianapolis, where he was the lone driver left in the race. Aaron May has been a driver that's been on here in Rebel Valley. Got his 4th career win with Chicagoland at the ARCA cars. So he definitely knows how to get around with the ARCA vehicles. And Gavin Austin. Welcome back to the series, Gavin. Here he is right there in 5th place, trying to notch another win here in Rebel Valley. We've got 16 drivers on track here for 50 laps around Iowa, and it's Chase Crawl and David Hamrick leading us down to the green flag. Starter has the green flag in hand, and we are racing here at Iowa. Outside line did not get a good jump on that restart. You see David Hamrick has dropped all the way back to the 4th position as they're 3 wide behind. It's Chase Crawl who gets to the lead lap number 1. And Crawl sideways, almost contact with Gavin Austin in the 2. And now Austin's going to scorch his way down to the inside of Chase Crawl. All with the momentum here on the outside. We'll see if he can hang on to it. Those two continue to fight up front. Chase Ingram right there in 3rd. And then you've got Wyatt Blair in 4th. Austin is sideways and into the fence, but he holds on to it, and Gavin Austin leads. I'll tell you what, Gavin Austin has provided no slack to these drivers. He's making some very aggressive moves here tonight, and he's back out front here to number 2. The battle of the chase is right behind Chase Ingram and Crawl as they fight for 2nd place. Wyatt Blair sideways, and around goes Burnell to 43. It's going to collect Aaron May. That's Brian Post as well. The caution's out. There's Burnell in the 43. Mateo Mitchell, I see him slow on the racetrack. Damage with Aaron May. And caution is out once again. All right, it all started with the number 29 of Wyatt Blair, so we're going to have to go back and take a look at a replay here to see what brought out our first caution of the night. All right, let's watch Wyatt Blair in the 29. He was the first car that I saw that got sideways there to bring out the caution. You see the 43 sideways as well. Oh, that car just snapped loose on him. Josh Kenyon nowhere to go. You see Burnell. Kenyon's trying to hold on to it. You see he's sliding. You see Mateo Mitchell with nowhere to go as he gets into the 43 of Desmond Burnell. Back that up one more time just to get a better angle of that. Yeah, you see the 43 is going to slide sideways to try to avoid Josh Kenyon. You see he's going to overcorrect. Well, actually does a nice job right there to get it back under control. And you see the drivers right behind. Aaron May nowhere to go in the 10, along with Matthew Bryan Post in the 64. You see the 43 just slide down and nowhere for Mateo Mitchell to go in the number 82. Just an accordion effect that happened after one car sliding sideways right near turn number 4. All right, we're paced around under caution here for the first time tonight as we take a look at the race recaps so far. It's going to be lap 7 next time by, with Gavin Austin leading this thing. So that's 5 of our 7 laps here this evening. Got multiple cars on pit road here repairing damage after their last race. See Desmond Burnell on pit road too, the number 43. Heavy damage for him, along with Aaron May in the 10. Brian Post in the 64. Mateo Mitchell is also off the racetrack, along with Riley Caudell. Brandon Meese, the last car back there in this lead pack back in 11. So Burnell, May, and Post all have significant damage on their machines. We'll see if they can at least get back out there and compete for these final 30 laps that we'll have. Right on board here with the number 2 of Gavin Austin. All right, so we're going to have 11 cars in this pack here at Iowa, as the pace car has 1 to go signal this time by, and we're going to go green. So Gavin Austin leads, Chase Ingram 2nd, you got Chase Crawl in 3rd, David Hamrick 4th, Wyatt Blair in 5th, Jonathan Green is 6th, Gabriel Goli is 7th, Josh Kenyon 8th, and then we've got Robert Walton in 9th, and then Christopher Hudson rounds out our top 10 with Brandon Meese in 11th. Those are the 11 cars remaining here in this race. Pace car makes the hard left turn on the pit road, and let's get it back underway here at Iowa with Gavin Austin and Chase Ingram. Green flag, and we're back underway. We got a solo spin during the camera shot. That was Josh Kenyon in the number 27. He's going to clip the tire wall in right at the entrance of pit road. No caution, and we're going to stay green. Gavin Austin in number 2 out front as he clips that outside wall. Chase Crawl, our pole sitter, right back in second. Single file all the way back to 6th place with Wyatt Blair. Closest battle on the racetrack right now as we have for 7th place. This is Robert Walton and Gabriel Goli. Oh, David Hamrick slideways in the number 32. Lose multiple spots here. He's going to drop back to the 5th place and might lose 5th here to Wyatt Blair. A lot of drivers struggling here with turn number 4, just trying to get some turn off the corner. Oh, keeping the rear wheels underneath them, but so far so good at the moment. As we take a look here, that was Wyatt Blair on the 29, just hit the fence. He's side by side here with Robert Walton in 3. As the two bow ties continue to fight side by side here, Blair all the way up against the wall, and he's going to graze it. That's 2 more spots lost for Blair, and make it 3 with Brandon Meese to his inside. Meese is going to get clear, and now here comes Hudson to the inside. Or excuse me, not Hudson. Hey, I'm screwing this up big time. That was Christopher Hudson in the number 24, just got around Wyatt Blair. Here's Gabriel Goli to the inside of Robert Walton. This is for 6th place. At times very competitive here with this front 5, and see how this all plays out if we get a long green flag run. But Chase Crawl right now in 2nd. There's Ingram 3rd. Jonathan Green having a nice solid run here in the 517. Josh Kane, a lap down car, giving way to David Hamrick. Here's a great battle here for 6th. This is Robert Walton and Gabriel Goli. Still side by side here going into turn 2. Goli's going to use Josh Kenyon, the lap car, as a pick, and that's going to get Goli up into 6th. Nice move there for the number 55 machine, making his debut here in Rebel Valley, along with Robert Walton, the number 3. Gap right now, 7/10 of a second between Gavin Austin and Chase Crawl. Now down to 6/10 of a second. We'll see if Austin can hang on to it. We're approaching lap number 19 next time by. These two have put up a good distance here ahead of the number 01 of Chase Ingram. Ingram now 1.1 seconds behind 2nd place Chase Crawl and 2 seconds behind our race leader in Gavin Austin. There's Jonathan Green, the 517. Trying to work his way up to the back bumper of the number 01 of Chase Ingram. Take a look at the lap times last time by. Gavin Austin, 23.539. Still the fastest car on the racetrack at the moment. It'll be 30 laps to go next time by at the stripe. There's Hammer quietly running in 5th. This boy, he has been having a hard time in turn number 4, keeping the rear tires underneath him. See if he can hold on to it here for the remainder of 30 laps, but there's Gabriel Gully there in the number 55. Gavin Austin has now extended to a 1-second lead over Chase Crawl. He's been the dominant man so far here tonight, here at Iowa, and he'll look to continue that if we stay green for the last 29 laps. Ten cars still on the lead lap, all the way back to Brandon Neeson, number 18. He is the last car on the lead lap, about 18 seconds back behind our race leader. We've got Crawl slowly chilling right there in that second spot. We got Ingram 3rd, Jonathan Green still in 4th. Look for some mini battles on the racetrack to spotlight here. Looks like everyone's pretty evenly distanced out at the moment. Closest battle we have on the racetrack. It looks like it's for 3rd place here with Chase Ingram and Jonathan Green. The top 4 drivers are all running Chevy SSs at the moment. The highest ranked Toyota, David Hammerkin, 32. Gabriel Gully tries to work his way up closer toward the field. In the 6th spot. He's tied for the biggest mover so far in this race, up 5 positions. Next highest mover is Christopher Hudson, number 24, who's also up 5 positions, trying to go up 6 if he can make this pass on Robert Walton. The movement so far here in this race, we definitely have got a feel for a long green flag run to end this race, and it's definitely something Gavin Austin wants to see, as he's extended that gap to now 2 seconds ahead of Chase Crawl. .754 was his time that last time by, making him the fastest car on the racetrack. 23.763 for him. Let's take a look at the rest of the field, and right now, the only driver running into the 23.7 bracket right now. So, blistering pace right now by this number 2 machine of Gavin Austin. Now extended to 2.5 seconds over Chase Crawl. This might open the door here for Chase Ingram as well, as he's starting to close in on this battle here with the 88 of Chase Crawl. Lurking in the shadows as well as Jonathan Green in the 517. Let's see if we can ride on board here with one of our drivers. We're going to ride on board with Chase Ingram in the 01. Just get a feel around this Iowa Speedway. I'll tell you what, this top three is running very close together right now. Take a look back to with Carl Ingram and Jonathan Green. David Hamrick has kept himself right there in 5th. As we're taking a look here for a battle for 6th place. We got a 3-car tango right here for the battle for 6th. This is Gabriel Goalie, Christopher Hudson, and Robert Walton. Hudson has gotten around Robert Walton, so he's now the biggest mover so far in this race at +6. Trying to go +7 here, but this pass on the 55 of Gabriel Goalie. We're on this long green flag run near here after the caution that came out on lap number 7. And Gavin Austin putting on a clinic. Now almost 4 seconds ahead of Chase Crawl. Been loving that turn 4 wall, grazing it ever so slightly. Man, he is putting on a show right now, and almost a 4-second gap over Chase Crawl. Go back to this battle for 6th place. Christopher Hudson and Gabriel Goalie are still going at it here for 6th place. Lap times falling now into the 24-second bracket here for all of these drivers. Tire wear definitely starting to become a factor here as we get in this long green flag run. Well, this is a great battle right here. We're going to keep it on this for now because these two are having a fight. Robert Walton right there just waiting to see for something to happen. Oh, Goalie sideways in the 55. Great job keeping that 55 under control. He's going to lose 2 spots in the process, but better that than having a wrecked race car. And nice job from the number 55 machine to hang on to it. Gavin Austin still the fastest car on the racetrack at the moment. That gap is now 4 seconds over Chase Crawl in the 88. Chase Ingram and Jonathan Green haven't really made any leeway on Chase Crawl, and these guys have kind of been trapped right there in 3rd and 4th. And David Hamrick has been minding his own business right there in the 5th spot after starting on the outside of the front row. Once again getting loose off turn 4. Christopher Hudson 6th, Robert Walton 7th. Goalie hangs on to 8th. There's Wyatt Blair just chilling at 9th. And then Brandon Meese is the last car on the lead lap. And saw in that background shot the number 2 of Gavin Austin catching up to him. We have 10 laps to go here at Iowa. Smart gesture there from the 18 of Brandon Meese to move out of the... Oh, I thought he was going to move out of the way, but they're going to be side by side here down the backstretch. And now he's moved out of the way. So we're going to move over to 2nd place here with 9 laps to go. Chase Ingram has caught Chase Crawl. Chase the chase, if you like to say it that way, but... for this run here for the 01 of Chase Ingram. Finished 3rd in the last race at Michigan. Clarify that to me on the Discord channel for Rebel Valley. Trying to sweep the night with a pair of podium finishes. That'll be a great day of work right there. Gabriel Goalie has crashed. It said he crashed on my screen, but it looks like he's back under control now. But he's definitely he's struggling hard on this long green flag run. He's back into 9th position, so we're at 8 cars here on the lead lap, down to Wyatt Blair as the final car on the lead lap. And the 55 goes around. Around goes Gabriel Goalie. He is off the racetrack, and there's the caution. Caution flag is out for the spin with the 55 of Gabriel Goalie. And this is going to change a lot of things, because we're definitely going to see the drivers come in for their one set of sticker tires, or will we see somebody take a major risk? We see a 2-tire strategy, no tires, 4 tires. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. So you saw the wreck on our screen. No point for a replay there. Gabriel Goli went around the number 55. See the 2 of Gavin Austin let the pace car by. So we're under caution for the second time tonight here. Lap number 46 with 5 laps to go. Likely have a green-white checkered finish here to end the night. All right, here come the leaders down pit road. Will we see a strategy call? Will we see someone like Jonathan Green, who has never won in Rebel Valley, try a strategy to steal a win here at Iowa? Someone like Christopher Hudson, Robert Walton. Who will come down pit road and get a strategy call to steal this race away from Gavin Austin? Leaders approach pit road this time by. We'll see what happens. There's our first strategy call. The 88 of Chase Crawl is going to come down. He's going to be the first car off of pit road. It'll be Austin, Ingram, Green, and the rest of the field following right behind. So we did have a car stay out on the racetrack. That's Brandon Meese, the number 18. Unless he's going to come down pit road here for tires. And it looks like he will. So we've got a gambling man here up front with Chase Crawl in the number 88. He's going to be leading this thing on the restart. See if pace lights are still on the pace car. And our pole sitter, Chase Crawl. It's been a long while since Crawl has won a race here in Rebel Valley. We'll see if he can get it done tonight in that number 88 CK Graphics Chevrolet. And you were wondering how long it's been since Chase Crawl has won a race? You got to go all the way back to February 27th, 2025. It was Talladega with the next-gen cars. That was his last win. So what a monumental win it would be if Chase Crawl can pull this off in number 88. And it's not just Chase Crawl as well. You've got a guy like Jonathan Green, the number 517. He's been a series veteran here in Rebel Valley. Has never won a race during his tenure running in Rebel Valley. Can he somehow get it done tonight in that number 517? You also have guys like Christopher Hudson, who's never won. Robert Walton has never won. Wyatt Blair, driver that's been a while since he's gone to victory lane. And you also have Brandon Meese in the number 18. We'll have 9 drivers to sell this out at the finish. We've got 4 Chevy SS up front, occupying the front 2 rows. This will be a green-white checkered attempt like I anticipated. Can Chase Crawl get his first win since February 27th, or will it be Gavin Austin going back to victory lane? And it's also hard to believe, too, but Gavin Austin has never won here in Rebel Valley. Kind of hard to believe, but we'll see if Gavin Austin get his first career win. Here we go for the restart. And we are back underway. Good jump by Gavin Austin on the outside. His contact here with Crawl and Austin. This is going to open the door for Chase Ingram. They're going to be 3 wide going into turn 3. Ingram is going to send it in there in the 01. Jonathan Green's going to clear out Gavin Austin, and he goes into the wall. Contact with Ingram and Crawl. White flag this time by. Pandemonium and strikes right behind him as David Hamrick went around. Chase Ingram in the 01. Restarted 3rd. We'll see if Chase Crawl has one final shot in the 88. Crawl's going to try to send it in. We got a car wall right behind. There's contact. Around goes Ingram. And Chase Crawl is going to turn Chase Ingram around, and he's going to win here at Iowa. What in the hell was the final 2 laps of that race. Chase Crawl is going to dump Chase Ingram there right at the end, and he's going to get the win here at Iowa. If this win stands, this will be his first win since February 27th with Talladega and the Next Gen cars. You got to feel for Gavin Austin. Absolutely dominated this race, and unfortunately he's not going to have the end result for it. He's going to finish 8th after getting hit by Jonathan Green. And Chase Crawl is officially scored, unofficially scored as the race winner. We'll definitely look over that for sure, but we'll keep a camera here on the number 88 of Chase Crawl as he celebrates. So he gets cleaned out there by Brandon Meese, so... Well, that was a very controversial finish, to say the least. Take a look at the race results here on the left-hand side of the screen. Chase Crawl wins, Wyatt Blair 2nd, Jonathan Green 3rd, Robert Walton would be 4th, and Christopher Hudson rounded out our top 5. And then Chase Ingram 6th, Brandon B 7th, Gavin Austin 8th, David Hambrick 9th, and then Gabriel Goli will round out our top 10. All right, let's go ahead and just take a look at it real quick. Everything that went down, because there was a lot that happened in those final 2 laps during that green-white checkered. Let's go back and take a look. All right, let's back this up just a little bit, and we're going to start with the contact right here. Let's watch Gavin Austin in the number 2. Jonathan Green just gets right into the back of him. And that's what Crawl was not happy with. He felt like he got roughed up by the 01 of Chase Ingram. Continue the battle right behind there. That was Hudson and Blair. Yeah, the 88 was just on the bumper and didn't let go. I mean, that was pretty clear. That was pretty clear cut right there. Let's watch that in slow motion. And you see he's pushing him, and sends him right around. Yeah, Michael Good, I gotta agree with you on that. I didn't like any of that. That was it's a pretty controversial finish, and we'll have to take a look at this for sure just to go back over it. But unofficially, Chase Crawl is currently scored as the race winner, unofficially at the moment, and we'll definitely look over that over the race review. But yeah, personally did not like how that finish turned out there at the end. Had a great green flag run, and then just all hell broke loose in those last 2 laps for the green-white checkered. So, Daniel Bosteller will officially be credited with the win for race number 1. We'll definitely look over for race number 2, just to make sure that everything is clear with that. But yeah, that was not a good way to end the night. Let's just be honest here. All right, we'll go ahead and look over everything, and we'll just go from there. So Daniel Bosteller was officially credited with the first win. We'll look over the tape here for the second race, and then get clarification later on. We'll look at that. So I want to thank everyone for coming out to tonight's races. We had a good turnout tonight with 29 in the first race and 16 in the second race. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in for tonight's races here at Rebel Valley. We're looking at possibly streaming again next week. I'm not sure of a date yet, but I want to thank you guys for coming out to tonight's races. My name is Ryan Wayne. I'm officially signing off, so see you later, guys.